Integrating a new animation pipeline used to require a 12-month structural commitment from your engineering team. Today, selecting an AI rendering tool is a Tuesday afternoon decision. The friction arises because generative AI models iterate at a velocity that makes long-term software integration impossible. We call this model churn, the rapid cycle of open market rendering engines being updated, deprecated, and replaced by new competitors. Constructing a permanent production pipeline directly on top of a temporary AI model guarantees structural failure. This porting a mid-production project to an entirely new model interface requires extensive manual recalibration. Crucial metadata, like specific seed numbers and generation parameters, is instantly lost during the transition. The flaw is architectural. The user's creative intent and the software's execution engine are too tightly coupled. Traditional sequential pipelines require starting over every time the underlying technology changes. They are incompatible with generative speeds. NVIDIA Services built model-agnostic, the animation sandbox, to solve this volatility. This diagram maps a backend abstraction layer. It creates a structural buffer between the user and the external AI models. The prompt now exists completely independently of the final rendering tool. Tool selection shifts from a macro-level pipeline commitment to a micro-level per-shot decision. An operator can select a different backend for a specific shot from a single dropdown without leaving their primary workspace. Abstraction makes the operator's workspace permanent, while allowing the rendering tools themselves to be safely disposable. If the prompt is completely decoupled from the engine, there is no reason to restrict that prompt to only one engine at a time. Module-06 handles this via parallel dispatching. It replaces the old sequential process of testing models one by one through trial and error. You force the backends to compete to interpret the prompt at the exact same time, eliminating hours of manual rendering. The operator receives the disparate results side by side in a unified grid. Parallel dispatching grants operators the power of instant comparative analysis, eliminating the time cost of experimentation. Managing files, outputs, and metadata across 4 different AI platforms simultaneously typically results in untrackable chaos. The Module-06 dashboard solves this with audited takes. This visualizing automatically preserves every single render. No test is ever lost to the ether. Centralizing version control makes a sandbox of disparate AI outputs viable for a professional pipeline. Consider what happens to a project when a flagship model changes its core architecture overnight. The core design philosophy of NVIDIA Services. The pipeline survives the model churn. This architectural resilience allows operators to maintain a consistent workflow regardless of the status of any single backend. Module-06 is a permanent operating system that allows animation production to operate safely at the speed of generation.